Before we start, if you guys enjoy spooky stories about rules, horror, or time travel for the time being, be sure to drop a subscribe if you enjoy this content. Let's get into the story. 6:30 a.m. I woke up to a splitting headache. The pain had been getting worse and more frequent recently. I always had troubles with migraines, but this was on a whole other level. It's as if my skull was being crushed like a basketball by the great Khalil, repeatedly, like a pulse. Don't ask. Coffee. I need some coffee. I look at the watch. It says 6:30. Should be a reasonable time to wake up in November, I guess. The Delhi smog had started to fade by now, and I could actually see the sun today. Breathable air. Thank you, Lord. Dealing with poisonous air while your brain is threatening to pop out of your head isn't fun. I can tell you that. I picked up my coffee and sat down to read the newspaper when I heard a crash upstairs. Oh no. It was way too early in the day to be dealing with those monkeys. Yes, actual monkeys on the roof of my duplex. Delhi is a strange place. Another crash came in, much louder this time. The hair on the back of my neck stood up. No monkey was this loud. Well, maybe a hairless monkey? But if it was indeed a hairless monkey, I was in big trouble. Who could it be? Thieves? Killers? A homeless man? A kite enthusiast? I contemplated what to do. Should I go up and check? Ignore it, or call for help? Then I realized how fucking ridiculous I sounded. Calling for help over a slight bang? Might as well tattoo pussy on my forehead. I gathered up what little courage I had and began to slowly walk towards the door when the doorbell rang, making me scream like a little girl. Way to go, Rambo. It was the milkman with the bill for the last month, and judging by his smile, I could tell he heard me. I grinned as I gave him the money. Could you please go upstairs and check if the door to the roof is locked? I think I left it open last night. I smiled at my own intelligence. Yes, it was cowardly, but efficient as well. It is locked, sir, he shouted from the top of the stairs, and I sighed in relief. Thanking him, I went back inside. Now that monkey business with us was out of the way, I decided to get on with my day. I picked up my phone and dialed my roommate. He had spent the night in the lab, hard worker that he was. He answered in mere seconds. That's why he was my best friend. Yo, Khalid, are you up? Yes, clearly, I answered. Alright, asshole. I take it your head is doing okay? So we're really gonna do this again? Sakith asked. We don't have to, if you're not up for it, he added softly. Nonsense. I told you, my headaches have nothing to do with the experiments, man. It's just the pollution making my migraine worse. He didn't seem entirely convinced, but I knew he wanted this as bad as I did. Whatever, just get me something to eat when you come. Alright, see ya. He worries too much. But I knew I was right. We just had to get this thing done, and we were so close. I guess now would be the time I should tell you guys a little bit about the two of us and what we're doing in our university's laboratory, and what exactly it was that had my buddy Sakith so worried. See, 8 years ago, researchers in Berkeley were able to reconstruct low-resolution videos of what participants in their experiment had seen on a screen a couple of minutes prior. That is, they mapped the brain activity of the participants and reconstructed the movie. A very shitty, grainy version of it, or in other words, recorded their memories. As you can see, the possibilities are endless. Interrogation of suspects, dream mapping, treatment of Alzheimer's, etc. Our initial experiments in the field were with a re-engineered MRI machine, but we had come a long way in the last 4 years. We had succeeded in constructing what we call memory packets. These were tiny videos of our memories from the recent past that we could successfully record. The more recent and stronger the memory, the clearer the video. These videos had audio too. It was a complicated system of reading neural signs that I can't adequately explain without proper diagrams. And I won't do that here, obviously. and wait for our research to get published. The memory packet videos that we recorded, too, were much clearer than what the researchers at Berkeley had managed. We were on the cusp of submitting our research to a journal, but Sakith was worried about what the side effects were on the participants, i.e. me. Like I said, he worries too much. 9:30 a.m. I do not worry too much. If our research does not mention the possible side effects, it would come to bite us in the ass later on, Sakith argued as he helped me lie down on the table. Oh, it's just a fucking migraine, I replied. Just push me, okay? He pushed my table into the machine, and I was entombed in my cozy little metallic cylinder. This is a bad idea. We're operating on our highest settings today. Just do it already. Alright, Shia LaBeouf. I'll do it already. Your funeral, maybe literally. I got into my preparatory meditation exercises as the machine began to hum. I would envision a blank white screen, drown out all sounds except this gentle hum of the machine, and then project that one short memory that I wanted to record onto the screen. It was at the moment when my head would begin to vibrate in resonance with the machine that I would know that we were recording. I tried to focus in on the memory of me walking in and arguing with Sakith over my headaches, but the hum of the machine was too loud and out of its usual character to let my mind properly settle down. I almost saw the image on my internal white screen when suddenly a sharp pain tore through my head as the machine shut down with a large bang. "What the fuck?" I shouted. The power went out. Are you okay?" I heard him ask. A couple of seconds later, I felt him pull out the table. I winced as I gingerly sat up. Oh, what happened? I don't know. Maybe we blew a fuse or something? I'll go check. Holy shit. He said moments later. Come, look at this. I walked over to where he was standing near the window. I looked out at what he was pointing at. The transformer was on fire. Flames leapt out and licked at the iron as little sparks continued to fly out. We did that? I asked. Seems like it. I'm gonna go call 101. Fuck, that was bad. Now not only will we have to deal with the university administration, Sakith too would be on my ass about the dangerous side effects. Not what we needed. Not when we were so close. You get out of here, I'll deal with this, Sakith said. Are you sure? Yeah, go get some fresh air. We can talk later. He had that look again. I'm in serious trouble. 11:45 a.m. He's right to be worried about you. You're being far too reckless. Please, Neha, don't start with me. Not you too. He wants to shut down the whole thing. You don't even know why the fire started. Maybe it wasn't even the machine that blew the transformer. Maybe it was the other way around. Or it could be something completely unrelated, I argued, even though I wasn't convinced myself. It's far too dangerous, she insisted. How will we know what started it if we don't experiment? It's the foundation of science. Only a couple more observations and we're through. This could change our lives, all of us, maybe the world even. You two could actually settle down. I don't know. Just talk to him, please. Khalid, you're acting like a child. Pretty please. I'll buy you cake from the bakery. Oh, fuck. Okay. I'll try, you monster. Just please be careful. Thanks, you're the best. 3 p.m. Hey, Sakith, glad you called. Listen, man, I know you're worried. We only need to do this a couple of more times and we're through, I began. Khalid, we'll submit our research and as soon as possible. It's just a matter of... Khalid, listen! It's Neha. She's dead. He was barely audible. I must have misheard him. What did you say? She died. A bus crashed into her when she was coming to see me. It just... That's impossible. I just spoke to her 3 hours ago. Just get to the fucking hospital. I need your help. 9:30 p.m. How do you console your best friend who's just lost the love of his life? I mean, what can you say? What can you do that will make it better? guess just being there is the only thing that you can do. Especially when it's someone who's always had a hard time dealing with his emotions. The funeral would be 2 days from now. Her entire extended family wanted to be there. He was slumped against the machine, playing with an empty liquid bottle. It was a full moon kind of night. Auspicious. Come on, get up. Let's do it one more time. Right now, I said. What? He asked. The experiment. You can't be fucking serious. He looked at me with wide, tear-stained eyes. I am dead serious. There isn't a better way to deal with grief than to distract yourself. What is wrong with you, man? He looked at me as if I was the one being unreasonable. I dealt with my father's death by studying through it. Trust me, you need to be distracted right now. We'll dedicate our research to her. 10:05 p.m. A plain white screen. The soft hum of the machine. Deep, regular breathing. A silhouette appears on the screen. It darkens and then shifts. I add colors to it, then some audio, bringing the picture to life. She died. A bus crashed into her when she was coming to see me. The silhouette began to speak. Another burst of sharp pain as the machine hummed loudly and then shut down. Sakith pulled out the table. He had a questioning look in his eyes. What was that? He asked. I looked away guiltily. Sorry about that, it was just the clearest memory I had, I replied. Motherfucker. What memory? You just daydreaming my girlfriend's death? He said angrily. What? Neha isn't dead, asshole. I knew Sakith had trouble dealing with emotions, but to this extent, that he was denying reality? Was he having a breakdown? Okay, buddy, calm down. No. Don't look at me like I'm the crazy one, you absolute loon, he said. She isn't dead. Here. He pulled out his phone and dialed Neha's number. Somebody picked up the phone. Hey, baby. I recognized that voice. Good God. 11:50 p.m. I'm losing my fucking mind. I don't know what's real anymore. Neha was alive? I fucking met her just hours after she died. Did I just imagine the conversation I had with Sakith? The time I spent with him in the hospital? Was the machine fucking with my head? Or am I imagining this part of the day and she really is dead? I paced around my house, scared out of my mind. Maybe I had to stop going in that thing. That machine really was dangerous. It will destroy my mind, or Sakith is going to get me locked up in an asylum anyways. Or maybe not. Maybe time travel? I somehow changed the past and now I'm in an alternate. A huge bang brought me out of my mind. I'm so fucking sick of large, sudden noises. This whole day has just been full of them. I walked over to the front door and what I witnessed next was the craziest shit of my life. Half of the door had been blown apart and I saw a figure kicking the door in once, twice, and then he stepped back. Another bang. Huge chunks of the door flew out and Sakith stepped in with a shotgun. This ends now, he said as he took aim. I ducked as a shotgun blast tore through the painting my mother had made and gifted me on my birthday last year. I ran into the kitchen as more shots rang out. Bits of concrete wall blasted out as the shells smashed in trying to find my innards. Sakith was hell-bent on murdering me. Sweat poured down on my face. I wiped it off with my shirt as I looked for a weapon or something to defend myself. Where are all the knives when you need them? The drawer got stuck as I heard Sakith approach me. Anything, God, just give me anything to defend myself with. I settled on a wooden balan. Grabbing it with my shaking hands, I ran into the tiny storeroom at the back of the kitchen. What the fuck is happening? I heard footsteps. My murderous best friend was coming at me with a shotgun. I held my breath and waited. Click, click, click. I heard his boots as they grew louder. I tightened my grip on the balan and waited. There, I saw his head enter the kitchen, and I swung as hard as I possibly could. The trusted wooden roller connected and I swung again, then again, then again, then again. Even as he fell down, I climbed on top of him and I continued swinging till the top of his head caved in. He stopped moving. For a second, I stopped, trying to take in the sheer insanity of the situation. Then I checked his pulse. Dead. I killed him. I just killed my best friend. Hours after his girlfriend died. I mean, did not die. Fuck, I'm getting another headache. Khalid, where are you? I heard a voice coming from the door. Fuck. If someone sees the corpse, my experiments are done for. A future in prison is not what I wanted. I tried to grab the corpse and drag it to the next storeroom. Too late. The figure stepped into the kitchen. It was Sakith. He looked at me with wide eyes, then at the corpse, his own corpse, that I was holding by my hands. I looked at dead Sakith and then at alive Sakith, who screamed. God, I need a drink.